Hey guys, we're Jackie. I'm back with another video, and today, if y'all cannot tell from the title of the video, we are here with another episode where we let Madden 25 decide the NFL season, and we are here with week 6. So with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into today's video. But with that being said, if you guys have not checked out any of the previous episodes where we let Madden decide NFL games, go ahead and hit that link in the description, as it is a full playlist of this entire series, and you can see all of Madden's predictions all the way up until week 6. But with that being said, we are here with week 6 of the NFL season. The NFL season is moving way too fucking fast. It's going way too fast. I kind of hate it, but I mean, hey, here we are. And with that being said, in this series is basically, as the title says, we basically just let Madden decide which team is going to win the game for that week. We basically let Madden and the simming control what happens, and we just sit back and watch and look at the stats. So with that being said, we are here for the first game of the week. If y'all cannot tell from the title of this, or looking at your screen, we are here with the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Seattle Seahawks, right? The Seahawks are on 80 overall, the 49ers are 92 overall. The 49ers best players are CMC, Fred Warner, and George Kittle, and the Seahawks best players are Tyler Lockett, Kenneth Walker, and DK Metcalf. So with that being said, let's just go ahead and jump right into this game. And then truthfully, in real life, I think I have the 49ers coming out on top. I think the 49ers are going to win this game. I feel like they're just too good to continue losing. I think right now, the 49ers are 2-3. Seahawks are 3-2. I think the winner of this game becomes the division winner, right? So, I mean, we'll see what happens. But I just think the 49ers are a better team. Brock Purdy's been playing very well. Debo, Brandon Ayuk's been playing well. But, I mean, it doesn't matter what I think, because I think the 49ers are going to win. I think the 49ers are a better team. But this is what Madden thinks, right? Let's see what Madden thinks. Madden has this being a very close game. The 49ers are up by 1 now. But the Seahawks go down and score a game-winning field goal. So they have another game this week or another Thursday night game specifically. That's going to be a good game. High scoring, 34-27, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so the Madden has the Seahawks winning 34-27. Brock Purdy, 3 touchdowns, 336 yards. Great game for him. Okay game for Geno, no interceptions, so that's the big thing. But 80% completion is pretty good. 1 touchdown, that's okay. Rushing, Kenneth Walker had a day, 1 touchdown. Zach Charbonnet had 2 touchdowns, a good game for him. But yeah, that's really it for the rushing. Brandon Ayuk had a great day. Laviscus should not had a great game. Greg Jennings had 2 touchdowns. Tyler Lockett had a touchdown. I mean, George Kittle had a touchdown, so that's good. That's good to see. Sacks, 3 sacks allowed. Trent Williams allowed sacks. Like, come on, you got to do better than that, buddy. No pancakes defensively. Who got some sacks? Kevin Givens, Nick Bosa, and then Leonard Williams. Jerome Baker, Malik Collins, and Fred Warner all tied for tackles, leading tackles. No interceptions, but yeah, I feel like the game in real life is going to be a blowout. I think the 49ers are the better team, but I mean that's what I think. It doesn't matter what I think, because it's what Madden thinks, right? Jason Myers missed a extra point, or a field goal, 2 punts or 3 punts, right? 3 punts total. Yeah, that's really it for this game. I mean, let me know down below in the comments what you think, but this is what Madden thinks. Madden has the Seahawks winning this game 34 to the 49ers 27. With that being said, moving on to the next game. So moving on to the Jacksonville Jaguars taking on the Chicago Bears in London, right? I think this game is in London. I know it's international. I may have forgotten specifically where, but I know it's in London. But we are here. The Jaguars are an 81 overall team with Josh Hines, Allen, Travis Etienne, and Foye Oluokun as their top 3. And the Chicago Bears top 3 are DeAndre Swift, DJ Moore, and Keenan Allen, and they are 81 overall. And truthfully, with that being said, I think the Bears are going to come out on top. I just feel like the Jags are such a terrible organization. I hate to say this. The Jags, they have a trash owner. They got a trash. Everything about the Jaguars just feel like it's just garbage, right? Terrible coaching staff. Let's be real. Let's talk about. I think it's time to talk about Trevor Lawrence. I think he's a bust. He gotta be a bust. And with the Bears, Caleb Williams is finally getting things clicking. So I mean, that's good to see for him. He's throwing that bitch down to DJ Moore. Once Caleb gets more comfortable, I think the Bears will be better. The Bears don't have a terrible organization, but I mean, they got the #1 draft pick, and I just feel like the Bears just had the better overall roster. As Madden thinks so too, because Madden has the Bears winning this game 38-35. And then taking a look at the player stats, Caleb Williams had a breakout game, 4 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 84 completion rating. Great game for Caleb Williams. Trevor Lawrence kind of sucked this game. Two touchdowns, 1 interceptions. I mean, it is what it is. Rushing. Travis Etienne, though, great game for him. 115 yards and 2 touchdowns. Great game for him. Trevor Lawrence had a touchdown, but I mean, Trevor Lawrence is not as good as everyone thought. No, like people thought Trevor Lawrence would be that next generational talent at quarterback. He's not. He's not. Looking at the receiving though, Gabe Davis had a good game. DJ Moore had 2 touchdowns. Romo Doomsday had a touchdown. Christian Kirk had a touchdown. And Cole Kmet had a touchdown. So pretty good day passing. Sacks. How many sacks? 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks. No pancakes. Let's see who got the sacks, right? DeMarcus Walker had 1.5. Armstead had 1. Trayvon Walker had 1. And then Kyler Gordon had half of 1. Like interceptions, Jaquan Brisker had 1 interceptions. And Ventrell Miller led the game with tackles. But yeah, I just feel like the Bears have the way better team. I just don't see. I legitimately do not see a way that the Jags win this game. I might just be hating, but I just don't see the Jaguars winning. And so does Madden. So with that said, moving on to the next game. Moving on to what I think could be one of the games of the weeks, the Washington Commanders against the Baltimore Ravens, right? The Commanders in this game are a 78 overall with Jonathan Allen, Terry McLaurin, and Austin Eckler as our top 3. And then the Baltimore Ravens are 91 overall with Roquan Smith, Derrick Henry, and Lamar Jackson as their top 3. And yes, Madden might have them as a 70 overall, which I feel like is a very understatement of how they have been playing in real life. They should be at least a minimum of at least like an 83 overall. I feel like an 83 overall would be fair for them, the way they've been playing. Like the Commanders have been playing very, very well, right? So I feel like this game is going to be a big game for both the Ravens and Commanders in real life. I feel like this could either stir one team in a good direction. Truthfully, I think if the Commanders win this game, this shows me that they are legit, right? They're legit. They're actually playing very well. They're not just getting lucky by playing like easy teams. With the Ravens, they need to do better, right? The Ravens in real life need to do better. They need to be playing better. Lamar's been playing very well, but everyone else on the team need to be doing better, right? But in Madden, they have the Ravens winning this game 24-17, as it was a pretty close game. But yeah, Lamar 267, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That's pretty bad. And then Jaden Daniels, 1 touchdown, 1 interceptions. Jaden Daniels right now is playing like one of the best players in the league, which is very good to see for him. Very good to see for the Commanders, as they have had mid to bad quarterback play for a while now, probably since Kirk Cousins. But like, shout out to Jaden Daniels. Hope he continues to do well. But yeah, rushing game. Derrick Henry only had 41 1 touchdowns. Brian Robinson had 1 touchdown. Very bad day for rushing, right? Decent day for receiving. Zay Flowers 102, 1 touchdown. Zach Ertz 1 touchdown. Rashad Bateman 1 touchdown. I mean, truthfully, I feel like in real life this game is going to be a lot more competitive. Like I said, I feel like it's going to be a good test for both teams. If the Commanders win, they'll show that they're legit. If the Ravens win, it'll help them get back on track on where they should be, because they should not be 3-2 right now. I mean, they could be undefeated right now, but I mean, shit happens. You can't go back and change the past, but I feel like it's going to be a big game for whoever wins. But with that being said, there are 2 sacks allowed, 1 from each team, no pancakes. And then going to defense, Roquan Smith left the game with tackles. And then Bobby Wagner, and I can't pronounce his name, he had a sack. And then Bobby Wagner had an interception. And then Mike, I can't pronounce his name, had an interception. And then so did Kyle Van Noy. But yeah, I just feel like it's going to be a very, very good game. And I don't know. It can go both ways in my opinions. Like I said, if the Commanders win this game, that just proves to me that they are legit. Like, they're legit, bro. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. But Madden has the Ravens beating the Commanders by 7. So moving on to the next game, we have the Arizona Cardinals taking on the Green Bay Packers. The Arizona Cardinals are at 76 overall with Budda Baker, James Conner, and Trey McBridge as the top 3 players. And the Packers are an 83 overall with Kenny Clark, Josh Jacobs, and Jair Alexander as their top 3 players. And with that being said, I don't know. I just feel like this is going to be an easy game for the Packers. I feel like the Packers should go into this game and just handle business. Truthfully, I feel like, yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say the Cardinals are ass, but I just feel like the Cardinals, yes, they might score like 14 points, but the Packers should find a way to win this game, in my opinion. I feel like the Packers are the better team. They have the better roster, better coaching staff, I guess. Not going to say better quarterback because, I mean, give or take, Jordan Love this season has been playing okay, I guess. I mean, he was injured for 2 games or 2 or 3. But, yeah. But in Madden has the Cardinals upsetting the Green Bay Packers, which I wouldn't be surprised if this happened in real life. I would not be surprised if this happened in real life. The Cardinals win 31-24. I would not be surprised, right? Both quarterbacks have basically the same stat line, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. And then looking at rushing, James Conner had 80 in the touchdown, and that's probably the factor, the rushing game today. Marvin Harrison, 126, 0 touchdowns. Jaden Reed had 3 fucking touchdowns. This is his breakout game, goddamn. Greg Dortch had 2 touchdowns, and then Trey McBridge had a touchdown. Blocking wise, we have 3 sacks, 0 pancakes. Quay Walker led the game with tackles, and then let's look at sacks. Xavier Collins had 1.5, Dennis had 1, and then Mac Wilson Sr. had 0.5, and then 1 interception by both teams, 1 by Xavier McKinney, who's having a great season this year, and then 1 by Sean Murphy Bunting, who's also playing pretty well. But yeah, I feel like the Packers in real life are going to win, but Madden thinks otherwise. Madden's got the Cardinals winning. I mean, shit. I wouldn't be surprised. Anything can happen in this league, right? Anything can happen in this league. So I wouldn't be surprised if they won. But yeah, just it's going to be I feel like this is going to be a boring game. I feel like no one's going to care about the game. I don't know. But yeah, Cardinals win 31-24. So moving on to the Houston Texans facing the New England Patriots. The Texans are an 86 overall with Stephon Diggs, Laremy Tunsil, and Danielle Hunter as their top 3. And the Patriots are an 80 overall with Kyle Duggar, I think Jack Jones, and Jabril Peppers as the top 3. I may have mispronounced the name, so I do apologize if I did. It's kind of hard to think of the players off the top of my head sometimes. But with that being said, though, couple news for the Patriots. I was gonna say Patriots, but they are going to be without Peppers, I think, because he got arrested the other day, right? And Drake May is the starting quarterback, so it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens. But I still feel like the Texans are the better team, and Texans should come out on top. If the Texans lose, I think that's gonna raise some question marks on if they're actually a good team, in my opinion. Because I mean, truthfully, I don't think they played anyone impressive this year. But if they come out and win in dominant fashion, then that proves that, like, you know, they're legit. But if the Patriots come out and win with Drake May, I mean, anything can happen. But, you know, in Madden has the Texans winning 34-28. So it's a pretty close game. But let's take a look at the stats. Both quarterbacks did very well. I mean, Brissett and C.J. Stroud, 4 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. Both quarterbacks played pretty well. Rushing, Joe Mixon had 134. Stevenson had 1 touchdown. That's about it. Receiving, Stephon Diggs had 110. Bourne had 101. But Hunter Henry had 3 touchdowns. Tank Dell had 2. And then Dalton Schultz had 2. Holy shit. Great games from those players. 1 sack allowed by Howard. And then 1 pancake by Tunsil. But let's see who led the game with tackles. He led the game with tackles. Can't pronounce his name, so I apologize. And let's see, we only have 1 sack by Jennings, right? Any interceptions? No interceptions. So yeah, I don't know. Patriots might be more competitive than what I think, but in real life, I feel like the Patriots aren't that good, and I feel like the Texans should come in and handle business. That's really all I would have to say about that. I feel like the Texans are the better team, and I expect them to handle business. With that being said, on to the next. So moving on to the Tampa Bay Bucks taking on the New Orleans Saints. The Buccaneers are an 84 overall. Mike Evans, Levante David, and Tristan Wirfs are the top 3, with the Saints being an 83 overall, and Chase Young, Marshawn Lattimore, and Demario Davis are their top 3. And with that being said, Spencer Rattler is starting in the NFL. Crazy sentence. 2 years ago, who would have said that? But yeah, I feel like even though he starts, I mean, he might show some flashes, but he also might show some flashes of being a rookie, which is probably okay. But I feel like the Buccaneers should come in and handle business, right? I feel like without Derek Carr, the Saints really aren't good. But as a Falcons fan, I need the Buccaneers to lose. So I need the Saints to win. If the Saints can pull out a win, that would be good for the Falcons, right? Because I mean, that means that both of them will be 3-3, and the Falcons can win against the Panthers. Will be 5-2, or 4-2, and then we will have a 2-game lead in our division. So this is actually what we need to happen. We need the Buccaneers to lose. The Buccaneers are a good team, but like, I think the Buccaneers are the better team than the Saints. I'm gonna say that right here. I'm more scared of the Buccaneers than the Saints, truthfully. But with that being said, let's take a look at the stats. Baker 1 for 1. Derek Carr 2-0. Derek Carr's not playing, so gotta cancel him out. Rushing, no rushing game. Both teams really don't rush the ball like that. And then Mike Evans had 100 yards. Chris Olave had a touchdown. Chris Godwin had a touchdown. And then Wilson had a touchdown. Looking at the blocking, a whole bunch of sacks allowed. What was that? 4, 6 sacks, no pancakes. Who led the game of tackles? Of course, Davis led the game of tackles. He's everywhere on the field. But Vita Vea had 2 sacks. Brees had 2 sacks. Carl had a sack. And then Nathan and Sanders, sorry if I mispronounced his names, combined for a sack. 1 interceptions by Matthews. But, I mean, truthfully, I don't know. I could see the Saints winning, but I don't know. The Bucks, in my opinion, are the better team. I could see the Saints winning because it is a divisional game, but I think the Bucks are the better team. But I need the Saints to win. I need the Saints to win. So if the Saints can find a way to win in real life, that'll be setting the Falcons up good, and then we'll have a 2-game division lead on a division, or 1 game. I don't know, but we just need the Saints to win and the Falcons to win. So that's all I know. With that being said, moving on to the next game. Moving on to the Cleveland Browns taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. The Browns and the Eagles are both an 87 overall, with the Browns top 3 being Myles Garrett, Nick Chubb, and Denzel Ward, and the Eagles top 3 being Darius Slay, Saquon Barkley, and AJ Brown. And with that being said, I feel like both teams have a lot of questions that need to be answered, right? Is Nick Sirianni the coach of the future for the Eagles? Is Deshaun Watson the QB of the future for the Browns? Or even is Jalen Hurts the QB of the future for the Eagles? It's going to be very interesting to see what happens, but I feel like the Eagles are the better team because I feel like the Eagles have less drama to worry about, you know what I'm saying? Because let's be real, Deshaun Watson, that massage drama is kind of crazy. But yeah, I feel like as long as Deshaun Watson is the starting quarterback for the Browns are going to lose. I think the Browns need to give Jameis Winston a chance because, look, y'all finna get beat by the Eagles in real life, bro. I feel like the Eagles are gonna win, bro. I hate to say this. I don't think the Browns are a good team with Deshaun Watson. I think y'all need Jameis Winston to change it up or something right now. But what's it called? Jalen Hurts throw for 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. And Deshaun Watson had 2 touchdowns and no interceptions. But rushing, Saquon had 73. Hurts had a touchdown. That's really about it. Receiving, Devontae Smith had a good game with 126 with 2 touchdowns. And Njoku had a good game with 1 touchdown. Cooper had a touchdown, and then Brown had a touchdown. So that's good for them. That's a lot of sacks. What was that? 6, 7 sacks, no pancakes. Who led the game with tackles? Jordan Hicks and Milton Williams combined. And then Josh Sweat had 2.5. Myles Garrett had 2. Williams had 1. And then Huff had 1. And Carter had half of 1. No interceptions. But, I mean, I just feel like the Eagles are the better team. I mean, there are players on the Browns that I do like, but I just feel like Deshaun Watson is what is holding them back from being great. So, as long as Deshaun Watson is their starting quarterback, I feel like the Browns are going to suck. But with the Eagles, Nick Sirianni and Jalen Hurts, y'all gotta lock in because y'all time might be coming up. You know what I'm saying? Your time together might be coming to an end. But with that being said, Madden has the Eagles winning this game in blowout fashion. So with that, let's move on to the next game. So moving on to the Indianapolis Colts taking on the Tennessee Titans, right? The Colts are on 80 overall with Quentin Nelson, Jonathan Taylor, and DeForest Buckner as the top 3. And the Titans on 80 overall with DeAndre Hopkins, L'Jarius Sneed, and Jeffrey Simmons as their top 3. And with that being said, this probably might be one of the games that no one fucking gives a fuck about this week unless you're a Colts or Titans fan. Let's be fucking real. Both of these teams are kind of irrelevant. No one really cares about this team, right? No one cares about Will Levis. People care about Anthony Richardson because he's not playing good. Like, Joe Flacco as the starting quarterback in 2024 is kind of crazy. I just don't think no one cares about this team. I ain't gonna lie. They only probably care because they want to see another Will Levis meme. Sad day to be a Colts or a Titans fan, but yeah, I'm kind of going to breathe through this game because I don't even care. Colts win this game 24-17. Let's look at the stats and get out of here because, I mean, let's be real. No, who cares? I do apologize if you guys care about these teams, but let me know down in the comments if you actually care about the Colts or the Titans. But both quarterbacks threw an interception, but 3 touchdowns for Richardson and 2 touchdowns for Levis. Rushing, okay, they rushing for all of them. Receiving, Pierce had 97. Mo Alley Cox had 2 touchdowns. Ridley had 1 touchdown. Pittman had 1, and then Tyler Boyd had 1. How many sacks? 2, 4, 6, 7 sacks allowed. Let's see who got the sacks. Payne had a sack. Bryan had a sack. Latu had a sack. Key had a sack. Jeffrey Simmons had a sack. And Jones and Landry combined for a sack. Jones had interceptions, and Diggs had interceptions. And then Harold Landry led the game with tackles. Yeah, I just feel like both of these teams are kind of irrelevant. I ain't gonna lie. Let's be real. This division is ran by Houston Texans right now. Everyone's talking about the Houston Texans. No one really talks about the Colts or the Titans. So yeah, that's really all I have to say about this game. Moving on to the next. So moving on to the Los Angeles Chargers taking on the Denver Broncos, right? This is the first game of the 405 games, right? We have the Chargers, who are an 82 overall, with Derwin James, Khalil Mack, and Joey Bosa as the top 3. And the Broncos are at 79 overall with, I think that's Brian Jones, Cortland Sutton, and Patrick Sane. Sorry if I mispronounced people's name, but those are their top 3. And truthfully, I feel like this game might be a good game, just because I feel like this is gonna be a good game of the battle of the defenses, right? Let's be real. I feel like both offenses kind of suck right now. Specifically the Broncos. This Broncos offense is dog shit. Bo Nix playing bad. He has no weapons. Yeah, and then Justin Herbert is playing mid. He's not in the top 10 quarterback conversation in the league, but I mean, he's still a good player. I mean, but I just feel like, yeah, the Broncos truthfully are known for having a good defense, and the Chargers, I feel like also known for having a decent defense. So it's gonna be very interesting to see what happens. But what's his name? Jim Harbaugh comes out on top against Sean Payton. Again, the Broncos by 2 points. The Chargers win this game 26-24. And taking a look at the stats, Justin Herbert 2 touchdowns to 0 interceptions, and Bo Nix had 3 touchdowns to 1 interception. So Bo Nix played pretty well this game, not gonna lie. Rushing, no rushing today, bro. They all just straight passing, right? Gus Edwards had a touchdown, but that's really about it. Receiving, Lad McConkey had 108 and a touchdown. Palmer had a touchdown, and then Cortland Sutton had 2 touchdowns. So good game by him. Javonte Williams had a touchdown. So good game by those 2. Blocking, 1 pancake by Slatler, and then whoa, that's a lot of sacks. 5, 6 sacks allowed, right? And then defense, Perryman led the game with tackles. Nick Bonto had 2.5. Zach Allen had 2. Khalil Mack had 1, and then Justin. He had half of 1, and who had the 1 interception? Perriman. Perriman had a great game. But yeah, I just feel like this game is going to be a very defensive battle. I don't think it's going to be that much of a high-scoring game unless the defenses both score. But yeah, that's what I think. But yeah, with that being said, moving on to the next. So moving on to the other 405 game, we have the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders, right? The Steelers are an 85 overall with TJ Watt, Cameron Hayden, and Minkah Fitzpatrick as their top 3. And then the Raiders are an 81 overall with Christian Wilkins, Devontae Adams, and Max Crosby as their top 3. And right now, I got the fucking Steelers winning this game, right? The Raiders just have so much controversy, and just like the Devontae Adams wants to be traded, and then I'm like, Max Crosby, like what the fuck is going on there? And then what's his name? Gardner Minshew just got benched for Aiden O'Connor. I just feel like the Steelers are gonna win. The Steelers have a good defense, so I feel like Aiden O'Connor is gonna struggle. But I mean, Madden got the Raiders. I do believe that the Steelers will make a QB change soon. I think they're gonna go with Russell Wilson, because let's be real, Justin Jefferson really can't pass for shit, bro. Come on, do better. But in Madden, the Raiders come out on top as Justin Fields and the Steelers fall short against the Raiders. The Raiders win this game 20-16. Taking a look at the stats, Justin Fields had 2 interceptions. Both quarterbacks played pretty bad. Let's be real. Rushing, Najee had a touchdown. Madison had 2 touchdowns, which is good for him. Receiving, George Pickens had 82. And, bro, they have George Pickens drama, bro. Everyone's talking about how George Pickens is a bum and he doesn't, like, run his routes fully, like, crazy. Of course, like, this was probably one of the boring games to watch, because it was probably just the all defensive battle and like just running game. What was that? 5 sacks allowed, no pancakes. Max Crosby led the game with tackles. He had 2.5 sacks. Christian Wilkins had a sack, and TJ Watt and Larry combined for a sack. And then Robert had a great game. 2 interceptions, great game for Robert. But yeah, I feel like this game is gonna be a very defensive battle. and a running game. I feel like in real life, Aiden O'Connell is going to struggle. I mean, I don't know. The Steelers just have a good defense. But yeah, with that being said, I feel like the Steelers will be the next team to make a QB change just because I don't think Justin Fields can pass the ball, and they're going to have to go with Russell Wilson eventually. So with that, on to the next. So moving on to the 425 games, we have my Atlanta Falcons taking on the Carolina Panthers. The Falcons are an 84 overall with Jesse Bates, Chris Linsdor, and Justin Simmons as the top three, and the Panthers are 79 overall with Deontay Johnson, J.C. Horn, and Derek Brown as their top three. And with that being said, the Falcons just need to go to Carolina and handle business, right? We need to handle business, and if we win, we'll be sitting comfortably at top of the NFC South, and that's what we need, right? We need to be sitting at top of our division. We're coming off a long week because we had Thursday Night Football. We have plenty of time to rest. I need the Falcons to lock in and just win this game, right? Go to Carolina and handle business, right? Handle business, right? That's all we got to do. Please do not fuck up and sell and lose this game, bro. Knocking on wood. Please don't fucking sell. Don't fucking lose this game. Knock on wood. Go in and win. Go in and win, bro. Do what we gotta do. Go in and win. This is what I need. Falcons, go to Carolina and win 27-3. This is what we need to do in real life, bro. This is what we need to do in real life. So please, knocking on wood, do this shit in real life. Fingers crossed. I just have a bad feeling that we're gonna lose this game for some reason, but that's the old Falcons. The old Falcons, we like. Bro, 2 years ago, like with Marcus Mariota and Desmond Ridder, bro, we would go into this game and fucking lose to the Panthers. So let's not do that, right? Knocking on wood, fingers crossed. Kirk Cousins and his Falcons, go in and dominate, bro. Please, 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 please. I need it. With that being said, Kirk Cousins had 321 yards, 2 touchdowns to 1 interceptions. Andy Dalton, terrible game, 86 yards to 1 interceptions. Hey, if we can do this in real life, I'll be so fucking happy. If we can do this in real life, please. Please, I want 10 sacks this game. I want 10 sacks this game, please. With that, Bijan had 92 and a touchdown, and the Tyler Algier also had 23. So good day for us. Darnell Mooney had 100 yards. Ray McCloud had 2 touchdowns. Pitts had 52. London had 38. That's what I like to see. Passing the ball around. That's what I like to see. Sacks, we had 6 sacks allowed. No pancakes. Taking a look at the game, Josie Jewell had a great game, 14 tackles. Who had a sacks? Lorenzo Carter had 3.5 sacks. Bro, I beg to you, if Lorenzo Carter can get 3.5 sacks in real life, I will buy his jersey. If this man gets 3.5 sacks, I'll buy his jersey as soon as the game is over, bro. Grady Jarrett had 1 sack. Robinson had a sack, and then D. Alford had half his sacks, right? We had 2 interceptions, 1 by Jesse Bates and 1 by Robinson. But please, if any player gets over 3 sacks this game, I will buy their jersey so fucking fast. Put that shit on credit. Please. As a Falcons fans, I'm begging you, go in and handle business, bro. No fucking funny business. Go in and handle business. Please. Please and thank you. But with that said, moving on to the next and last 4:25 p.m. game, we have the Detroit Lions taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Both of them are an 88 overall, with the Lions top 3 being Amon-Ra St. Brown, Penei Sewell, and Aiden Hutchinson. And the Cowboys top 3 are Zach Martin, CeeDee Lamb, and Micah Parsons. And truthfully, I think I have the Lions winning this game just because I think the Cowboys are frauds. The Cowgirls are frauds. I don't think the Cowboys are that good of a team. I feel like they're 3-2 because they really haven't played anyone. I don't think Dak Prescott's good. I think there's some drama between Dak and CD. And I think the Lions are going to come out and win. I feel like they're the better team. I mean, but anything can happen, you know. Let me shut my mouth. Anything can happen. But we'll see what happens in real life. But let's see what Madden got. Let's see. Right now, it's a tie ball game. Yeah, it's tied. The Lions up by 3, tie ball game. Detroit loses this game to the Cowboys. The Cowboys come out on top 20-17, which I wouldn't be surprised. If this happened in real life, I wouldn't be surprised. I do feel like this is going to be a close game, so may the best team win. Fucking Goff had a bad game, but I mean, Dak had 2 touchdowns. Good game for Dak. Zeke, 67 yards. Good game for him if he gets over 50. Montgomery had 2 touchdowns. A good game for him. Receiving, CeeDee Lamb had 92 and touchdown. And then Turpin also had a touchdown. Blocking, 5 sacks allowed on the day. Alex led the game with tackles. And then how many sacks? Michael Parsons had 2. Aiden Hutchinson had 1.5. Elaine McNeil had 1, and then Teron Arnold had half of 1, and then no interceptions. But yeah, I feel like this might be the game of the week as well. It has potential. 2 high scoring offenses, 2 decent defenses. It's gonna be a good game. But I just feel like the Lions will be edge on top in my opinion. But Madden got the Cowboys. So with that being said, let's move to Sunday Night Football. So moving on to Sunday Night Football, the Sunday Night Football that no one asked for, right? No one asked for a fucking Bengals-Giant matchup, but this is what we got. We have the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the New York Giants, right? The Bengals are an 87 overall with Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, and Trey Hendrickson as their top 3, and the Giants are a 75 overall with Bobby Ricky, I can't pronounce his name, Brian Burns, and Sexy Dexy as their top 3. And I might be crazy for saying this, but my prediction, I got the Giants winning because I don't think that the Bengals are that good of a football team. But Madden is probably going to have the Bengals blow the fuck out of the Giants because no one really respects the Giants and Daniel Jones. But I mean, shit, Daniel Jones has been playing very well. He's playing a lot better, you know what I'm saying, than he was the first 2 weeks. You know, he's coming off an ACL tear. But Daniel Jones, he doesn't have any weapons, bro. He really got Wandale Robinson and, like, Malik Neighbors. Like, I mean, no one's scared of fucking, who's their running back, Devin Singletary? No one's scared of him. But Madden is on my side as they believe that the Giants are going to win 38-34. Hey, I'm telling you, the Giants are going to win this game. Believe me, watch. Daniel Jones is going to go crazy, watch. Daniel Jones, 3 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, that's crazy. Joe Burrow, 2 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. The Bengals are a good team, but they have no defense, right? So that's why I feel like the Giants are going to win this game. But damn, that's a bad game by Daniel Jones. Rushing, though, Devin Singletary had 2 touchdowns. Zach Moss had 2 touchdowns. Let's look at receiving. Malik Neighbors, great game. See, look, Wandale Robinson and Malik Neighbors both had good games, over 100 yards and 1 touchdown each. And then Charlie Jones and T. Higgins both had over 101 touchdowns. Johnson also had a touchdown. Just a good game by a lot of the players. How many sacks allowed? That's 4, 5, 6 sacks, 0 pancakes. Logan Wilson led the game with tackles. Who had the most sacks? Kevon Thibodeau had 2 sacks. Sexy Dexy had 2. And then Trey Hendrickson and Logan Wilson combined for 1. And then Stone had an interception. Wilson had interceptions. And Cam Taylor Britt had a interception. But yeah, truthfully, I got the Giants, you know what I'm saying? You know, I grew up playing Madden with the Giants a lot. So the Giants do have a special place in my heart. So I would love to see them win. So with that being said, moving on to the last game of the week, Monday Night Football. So the last game of the week, Monday Night Football, is the Buffalo Bills taking on the New York Jets, right? The Bills are on 85 overall with Josh Allen, Matt Milano, and Gregory Rousseau as the top 3. And the Jets are on 86 overall with, I forgot the left tackle, T. Smith, Quinton Williams, and Sauce Gardner as the top 3. And the Jets just fired Robert Saleh, right? So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens, right? I feel like if the Bills lose this game, I feel like Doug McDermott should be in the hot seat, right? Josh Allen is too good of a quarterback to you be selling, right? So I feel like the Jets suck because I don't like Aaron Rodgers, and I want Josh Allen to do well because I like Josh Allen. But we'll see what Madden has. As right now, the Jets are going to win this game. I think the Jets are going to win. Yeah, it looks like the Jets are coming out on top. Wait, 3-point game. Oh, wait, tie ball game. And the Jets win the game. I feel like it's going to be a close game because, I mean, I feel like the Jets are free of Robert Saleh and his terrible coaching, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. I do still feel like Aaron Rodgers is a little bit washed, but, I mean, we'll see what happens. I think the Josh Allen Bills are just too good of a team to lose. But Josh Allen had a great game. 3 touchdowns to 0 interceptions, and then Aaron Rodgers' terrible game, he had 4 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Rushing, nothing too special. He had a touchdown. That's about it. Receiving, Garrett Wilson, great game. 152, 1 touchdown. Hollins, 113, 2 touchdowns. Mike Williams, 104, 1 touchdown. Shakir, 1 touchdown. Conklin, 1 touchdown. Holy shit. Hella fucking passing touchdowns. Blocking, 1 sack allowed. It's pretty good. Who led the game with tackles? Williams led the game with tackles. We only have 1 sack by Quinton Williams, and then 2 interceptions, 1 by Damar Hamlin, and then Christian Benford. So, I mean, we'll see what happens. We're going to have to wait and see what happens. I have the Bills winning this game, but if the Bills lose this game, I think Sean McDermott should be in the hot seat, truthfully. But I wouldn't be surprised because the Jets are freed of Robert Saleh. It's just, is Aaron Rodgers going to perform? Who knows? We'll find out in real life. But Madden has the Jets winning this game. But with that being said, that's really all I have for you guys in today's video. Let me know down below what your predictions are, as these are Madden's predictions. But with that being said, I am praying for a Falcons win against the Panthers. If the Falcons lose, I'm going to be super sad. But with that being said, that's really all I have for you guys in today's video. So subscribe, share, and your boy is out.